Happy Passover, everybody. So I saw the 3-hour Joe Rogan, Dave Smith, Douglas Murray, and I also saw Lex Friedman and Douglas Murray. This is my commentary. First of all, Douglas Murray is brilliant. He is absolutely one of our blessings today. He makes such simple, honest arguments and always shows a mirror to the double standards of people screaming human rights and genocide, but they're always silent when it comes to the significantly larger casualties in real genocides in Syria and China, Sudan, and then the civil war in Yemen. Anyway, to be honest, I wished he did a little bit better with Dave Smith and Joe Rogan. I think he drove some great points home, namely Dave Smith. Who the heck are you to spend so much time criticizing a region that you've never even been to? He's not ever been to Israel, nor has he been to the border crossings. He just believes what he reads. Isn't that amazing, guys? He just believes what he reads. No journalism, but that's okay because he's a comedian and he's just asking questions and just drawing his own conclusions. He's not a historian, but yet he has millions and millions of listeners listening to him. Him, Ian Carroll, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. But dude, go to the region. See it for yourself. Be in integrity. So he did that extremely well. The other thing he did really well is, again, pointing to the fact that even though these people are not historians and really don't know the factual reality on the ground, and even though they themselves might not call themselves anti-Semitic, they are fanning the flames of Jewish conspiracy. It's amazing how almost every single thing they bring up today, they find some way to connect it to Israel, to Bibi, to AIPAC. It's fascinating if it wasn't so tragic. Everyone needs a common enemy, and I guess the world has chosen the Jews once again. But I'm not discouraged. We are in a dark time, and unlike the Holocaust, we have social media now, so it's true that many, many more people have been propagandized against Israel and the Jewish people, and people in Bangladesh, people in Africa who didn't even know who the Jews were back in the time of the Holocaust. But now everyone has opinions. But as much as there's darkness, there's light. And I go back to the gratitude of President Trump and his incredible pro-Israel dream team. These are not individuals who are pro-Israel for Trump's sake. They are pro-Israel because it's common sense, and they're Christians. And they understand that the real enemy here is Islamic fundamentalism. And we only need to look to Europe and to England to see that reality. Douglas Murray has an incredible book. I don't know if I'm giving it the correct title, but it's something like Democracy and the Death Cult. I think that's what it's called. And he makes the case that if you go so far to the left, where you're chanting long live death, you've lost your way. And so many people have lost their way, and they just want a common enemy to say, if only the Jews were not around, if only Israel wasn't around, and slicha, excuse me, I want anybody listening in this chat who's a Israel or Jew hater to just try to go in a day in your life without benefiting that was by something that was invented or created by a Jew or an Israeli, from entertainment to medicine to science to drip irrigation, water desalination, technology, cutting edge medical treatment and devices. Just try. Oh, and don't use WhatsApp or Waze in the meantime. So the Jews are a small but mighty bunch of people who are just trying to make the world a better place through tikkun olam. We are not your enemy. We are your scapegoat. There's an amazing quote that Douglas Murray brought up by Friedman, I think his name is. I will correct it if that's not his last name. It's some Jewish, I think it's a Jewish name. But anyway, he says, tell me what you accuse the Jews of, and I will tell you what you are guilty of. Yes, the Jews are your mirror. Anybody who screams colonization, genocide, indiscriminate killing, needs to look at their own governments and hold them accountable first. Anybody in the West who screams these things suffers from a guilt complex. They are guilty for being white and privileged, so they want to jump on the bandwagon of the oppressor, which, I'm sorry, is not the Palestinians. They are oppressed, but it's not because of the Jews, it's because of Hamas. And if you truly, truly want them to be free, you will want them to have a modernized government who actually wants the aid to get to its people and build up that city again. And thank God we have Trump on this. We have Egypt stepping up. We have Saudi Arabia stepping up to modernize Gaza and de-radicalize. And that is the direction we should all want. Anyway, we celebrate Passover, freedom from the bondage of the slaves of slavery in Egypt. May we be free from the bondage of propaganda and find our way out of this mess again. And we will. The Jews will continue to persevere. We must have all the hostages returning home. We value life, and we will keep moving forward in our resilience. And thank you to all those who stand with us. Am Israel Chai.